Hey, kia ora whānau. We've got a bit of a break in the weather. Welcome to Kaitiaki Mara Kai Backyard Gardens. We are here at one of our sites that we put down at the end of May. So May, June, July. Pretty much the end of July. And so I'm just going to do an update on where we're at and what's happening. Remembering that we put in a cover crop down the back here where the potatoes are going to go. Anyway, let's have a look at it and just give you an update and see where we're going and just some things to consider at this time of year. Awesome. Hey, a big shout out to Adrian, who is the matua down in Gisborne, who does the 1 minute garden kōrero and gardening by the moon, his little book that he sent up through. Really cool about just the application of planting root crops or above soil crops following the maramataka Māori. He mihi atu ki a koe te tarangatira. Tēnā koe, tēnā koe, tēnā. Yeah, so you would have remembered that we came onto this site here and dug out the soil and then planted out. So we've got broccoli here, we've got cabbage here, we've got some kale and some spinach along there. So they're actually coming along really, really well, considering how late we planted it. And the owner's been going through and just giving it a bit of a weed and tidying it up. We are now, when I say we, this is Matua Tony from Zion Gardens. He's a retired organic grower. He's been our subject matter expert in regards to what to put in. And we are just putting some kai into the soil, which is, what, Tony? Chicken manure.
Dried chicken manure.
Dried out, not fresh. Otherwise it might burn the vegetables. And what is that putting back into the soil?
Nitrogen.
Yeah, that's nitrogen. Yep. So we're just giving it a bit of a boost. And here is our cover crop. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a māra here, and we're going to do exactly the same that's there over this side, and I'll come around there in a minute. But this is our cover crop that we put in, lupins, and we did this because we actually want to hold the soil. We don't want it to run away through the weather, rain and so forth, and we want to hold the goodness and the nutrients into the soil. So you put a cover crop in, and the cover crop does a couple of things. It holds the soil as it was, as we prepped it, but it also does a couple of things. These here put nitrogen back in it, so we're going to let it grow a little bit, probably to about another till about a metre or half a metre in height, and then we'll go get our weed whacker, cut it down and let it lie down onto it, and for a couple of weeks it'll dry out, and then we'll broad forward it back in. So we're putting the nitrogen in there. Also, it's a way of getting carbon out of the air. So the other part to it is the foliage absorbs the carbon and it goes down into the roots, and then it gets held inside the roots and does some good stuff back into the soil. So this is where we're going to put our potatoes. But we're thinking we might do the potatoes a little bit different now, just to allow the lupins to grow a bit, get a bit of height. We'll do exactly the same here, but over this side. And put a māra in here, and that'll be squared off to the same as that over there. And this is where we'll put our potatoes. And then along the back here, probably the width of out will be our walkway, and then broad thought wide. We'll talk to our local gardens supplier, Kevin, and do a row of tomatoes along here, as well as corn, and maybe inside the corn we'll grow beans and peas and all those things that can run up the corn. So that's, yeah. So that's going to look pretty cool, really. And then we can have other root crops like carrots and beetroot and all that. So this is just really a quick visit, just to have a look, put some nutrients back in, and just a bit of an update. Awesome.